Hi, hello, welcome. Hey buddies, welcome to Weird Blues Tales, where I tell you true stories, mostly stuff that actually happened to me. Well, I play a little guitar, throw some blues, some jazz, some rock and roll, some strange guitar stuff. So, anywho, today we're talking about UFOs. And I'm going to tell you about my first UFO experience, which was actually my best, probably, UFO experience that I remember. So, this is when I was 17 years old, and it was in the summertime, and I was with my friend Jeannie, and we were going to a rock concert in Denver, and Allman Brothers, Fleetwood Mac, and Wishbone Ash. And this is pre-Buckingham Nicks Fleetwood Mac, and they were still a killer blues band. And Wishbone Ash was insane, and I'm sure y'all know the Allman Brothers. So yeah, it was a really great show. We had a really great time. Got done about midnight. Went to my dad's house and took a little nap, drank some coffee, and headed out about 3 a.m. So we climbed Kenosha Pass. And we get into South Park. Yeah, that's South Park, like the cartoon. Yeah, it's a real place. It's basically a treeless valley. It's about 150 miles long and between 30 and 60 miles across, east to west, depending on which part you're at. But it's a big, high, lonely, and 9,000 feet above sea level. So anyway, we're cruising along there. We're about 40 miles into the South Park there, and I notice a light off to the left. Jeannie's driving. We're in her Volkswagen microbus, and she's driving. I notice this light. It's brighter than the stars, and it's moving. All right, so I'm kind of paying attention to it, and I drew her attention to it. I'm like, check this light out. I'm like, speed up. She speeds up. It speeds up with us. She slows down. It slows down with us. This is pretty weird. So we're, checking it out for about 20 minutes, and all of a sudden it goes, whoosh, and it's right above the microbus. So I whirl down the window and I crawl out the window. My butt's sitting on the edge of the door window thing there. My chest is on the roof of the microbus. She's doing about 40, 50 miles an hour, and I'm like this, and it's probably about 50 feet above us. It was about as big as a Ferris wheel. And it had these red and blue lights going around it, like going on and off, like in a circle. And there was a little dirt patch up ahead, and I told her to pull in there, and she did. So I get out of the microbus. And Jeannie stayed in there as far as I remember. But it kind of went to the back of us and got down lower even. And I could see the side of it now. Before I could just see the bottom of it. But now I can see the actual side of it. And there's these windows. And as I remember, they were like square windows, like right next to each other, with just like a little bar in between each one. And I saw these entities in there, people, I don't know, I don't remember the details. I remember seeing heads and shoulders, and I remember waving at them. I remember them waving back. And the next thing I know, we're back in the van going down the road. I don't remember getting in the van, the microbus. I don't remember. When we're going down the road. And it's in front of us, like leading us. And Jeannie and I are giggling and laughing. I mean, we're like happy. This is like a great time. We're digging it. We're not scared or anything, you know? So the next thing there, boom, there's a snap. Just crack, and bright light, and then it's a star. It's just gone. Just bright light, and it's a star. And it was gone. I mean, gone. And we're cruising around, you know? So this journey is about a 2.5, 3 hour ride from my dad's house home. And we should have got home, even playing around with the UFO, we should have been home at 6:30 easy. We pull into town, and the town clock says like 7:34. Yeah, we had missing time. Yeah. And we didn't talk about, I mean, when we got back in the van and we're following it, we never really talked about it. We kind of laughed and giggled and shit. We went home, and she dropped me off at Alpine Park, and she went to her house, and we never talked about it again. Maybe 15 years later, I talked to her about it. She was married, she had a kid, and I went to visit her, and she's like, remember that time we saw that UFO? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, that was pretty weird, huh? Yeah. And I'm like, did you ever tell anybody? She's like, no. And we didn't tell anybody. I mean, not for years, because we just figured people would say we were on drugs, which we were, but that's beside the point. That was earlier in the evening, but the time we were riding, like I said, we took a nap, we drank coffee, we were good, but you know, you're gonna say you're crazy. Yeah, you went to a concert, you saw UFOs. Yeah, I done that too. Aha, right now. Yeah, you got bumped on the head too many times. Yeah, you died, came back, like got oxygen deprivation. That's why you're seeing things. Okay. No, it was really real, and that missing time, I don't know what's up with that, but I've never been hypnotized to try to find it. But as I was thinking about this story and trying to think about how to tell it to you, and I started remembering looking in those windows, I got a really uneasy feeling and started like tensing up. My muscles started tensing up and stuff. And, I don't know what that's about, but anyway, that's the first time I saw a UFO, and definitely the most intense time. I've seen them dozens of times since then. I've done field work with Ken Storch from Ancient Aliens, and I was into this for quite a while. My friend Tim Edwards, he took one of the best films ever of a mothership in Salida, Colorado, with scout ships coming and going from it. It's like a 20-minute video. Solid. It's been analyzed. It's a real deal. Nobody's been able to debunk it. I mean, his daughter's talking the whole time. She's telling, Daddy, look what's that up there. And he goes and gets the camera, and it's just really crazy. He'd actually filmed it on a video camera, not on his phone or anything, but I've had a lot of different experiences with them. And Well, Valentine's Day, I saw one on Broadway in Denver during the day. I've only seen, I think that's only the second one I've ever seen during the daytime. It's almost always at night. But there it was. It was probably about a half mile up, like a big round white ball just gleaming. First I thought it was a helicopter, and I kept looking at it, and I kept looking at it, and it just was hovering, just bright during the day. I'm like, okay, well, it's a helicopter. The sun's shining off of it. And it's brighter than that. It was round. Reminded me of that thing they got at the Skinwalker Ranch. They got a video of their UFO thing there. It looked just like that. Anyway, I looked at it for maybe 30 seconds or so, and then just disappeared. It was gone. Anywho, that's the UFO story for episode 3 of Weird Blues Tales. Hope you enjoy it. There's going to be more stories to come. I'm kind of reluctant to tell these because I'm afraid people think I'm bragging or making stuff up. But this is my life. All this stuff actually happened to me, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to always tell you the truth. If somebody doubts me and they want to pay to have me hypnotized or have a lie detector test, I'll do it as long as they pay for it. But I'm going to tell you some fantastic stuff. Some things are going to sound really incredible, and some things are going to sound like I'm bragging. But these things happen to me. I'm just going to try to tell them to you as I can, and I hope you enjoy it. So until next time. Oh, today we're playing the 1976 limited edition Les Paul. I forgot that. Okay, so anywho.